Hello you guys, welcome to As Told by Kenya. In today's video, we are going to discuss the SWV and Xscape TV show. I promised my Patreon I would make a main channel video about this, and so I am here to make a main channel video about this. So over on Bravo, SWV and Xscape have gotten together because since they did their verses in 2021, they believe that everyone wants to see them, on the stage, so they're trying to see if they can come together and do one show, and maybe that one show will turn into a tour. So this is them trying to come together to get, a show going. SWV and Xscape are two groups from the 90s. You have Lily, you have Taj and Coco in SWV. You have, and by the way, Taj is a Survivor icon as well. Shout out to Survivor Tocha. And then you have Xscape, where you have Tiny, Tamika, Tasha, and Candy. That's on the Xscape side. And they are coming together to see if they can do a show. Now, here is the thing. I don't have really nothing to say about SWV. SWV on a grown woman shit, they really don't got that much drama going on between them. They're pretty much just talking about their family. They just grown. They on some real grown woman shit. Like, we come here, we do a job. We ain't gotta be best friends. Like, it ain't all that. Like, we grown. It's them other heifers in Xscape that got all the goddamn drama. So that is what we are going to talk about here. I want to get some starting thoughts out of the way. Candy has amazing skin. Candy's skin in every single scene is so goddamn good. Whoever's doing her makeup does so well. Candy is so beautiful. Like, when we're talking about people who have aged so well, Candy looks so goddamn good. Like, I have to give 10s there. Another thing that I want to say, Tiny. It's so a shame that Tiny be doing whatever the hell Tiny be doing with T.I. if you listen to what the girls say, allegedly, all of that, because Tiny on this show seems like a really, fun person, and that's the weird feeling about this show, because we know what the girls saying Tiny and T.I. get up to, but then when you watch the TV show, Tiny just seems like a good around the way type person, and so it's just but that I want to get that out as well. And another thing, I really like Tiny and Candy's friendship on the show too. I don't know, something about people being friends, it's like the Beyonce and Kelly Rowland friendship, being friends with someone for 30 years, something about that is just so wholesome. You guys have seen each other through every single phase of you guys' life, and you've stayed by it. Having someone be able to witness your entire life who's not your family is really, such a strong bond, And so I really like their friendship. I think that Tamika has such a pure heart at the root of her, and it's really sad that we haven't really gotten to see that until this show, because before she had to stink on her after she went on down to the radio show and she was talking big cash money shit about Candy, saying she slept with everybody at So Deaf. So we really, all we've seen of Tamika is her being under Tasha's, spell. So this is the first time we've seen Tamika be herself, and there's so many layers there, but so many good layers. You see at the heart of Tamika is a good person. And then you got Tasha. I ain't got nothing nice to say about Tasha. I ain't got nothing nice to say about her wigs, her outfits, her attitude, her makeup. I ain't got nothing nice to say. Nothing nice to say. So we move on. So we start the show. And we have all the girls, and they are talking about everyone coming together, but there's already beef within the Xscape girls, because Tasha is saying that Tamika body shamed her, because she said Tamika was Tasha was like, y'all can kiss my ass, and Tamika was like, if you had an ass to kiss. They're going back and forth on, is that body shaming, is that not? And yes, in theory it is body shaming, because you say she ain't got no ass, and Tasha does deal with body issues type stuff. You shouldn't have said that about her. But also, you was telling me to kiss your ass. So, y'all was playing a dozens. And you got hit. She hit you where it hurt. I don't know what to tell you, mama. But at the root of it, they was upset with you because they got locked out of their dressing room. And then when Tamika was dealing with all that, you left. You ain't give a fuck what was going on with her dressing room and everything else. You left and left them out to dry. There's beef between the girls, and Tamika, she's had enough. Tamika has had enough. She don't want to do this no more. And so there is a rift between the girls, but they're coming together to try and do these shows. So Taj gets all the girls together And she's like, okay, y'all, do y'all want to do this SWV and Xscape stuff? And Tamika's real stank. Not Tamika. And Tasha's real stank when it comes to that. Tasha is sitting up there, you know, they're like on two like tables parallel to each other and looking at each other. And you know, Taj is like, Tasha, are you good? Are you good, girl? And she's like, yeah, I'm good, but we got issues. Yeah, I'm good, but we got issues. I got issues with Tamika. And so Lily is like, from SWV, she's just like, it ain't that serious. Y'all need to take the personal out of it, and y'all just need to do the stuff. Because everyone's on the same type beat, like, it's money. Like, we getting money, we performing the shows, why it gotta be all that? But Tasha's sitting up there and she's just like, I don't know, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this because me and my sister ain't right, me and my sister ain't right. And so that starts me right there. Tasha do not give a fuck about her relationship with Tamika. She does not give a fuck about her relationship with Tamika. You see it from the very jump. She does not care. Like, you want me to sit up here and believe Tasha is so beside herself because she's not getting along with Tamika? That doesn't even seem like Tasha's character. And that's the real part why no one fucking believes Tasha and no one likes Tasha at this point. Tasha doesn't realize how disingenuous she comes across. Tasha does not come across as someone who is just beside themselves because they're not friends with their sister. That's not the vibe that she gives as a person. And so when she tries to sit up here and she wants to play the victim so goddamn bad, it doesn't read as true. It doesn't ring true. I'm sorry, doll. It does not seem like you were so goddamn distraught about the fact that you and Tamika not getting along. It seems like you just don't want to fucking be there. It just seems like you don't want to fucking be there, and this is the reason for you to be there. But she gives the girls the cold shoulder and she don't want to be there, and all the, like, she don't want to be there. And so they just like, okay, we don't know what's going to happen. Tiny and Candy ain't saying shit because Candy has had enough of Tasha. Candy has had enough of Tasha, and she's just like, I ain't even gonna say shit they gotta do. You can tell that Candy's on the type beat that, like, we don't need her anyways. Like, Candy is on the type beat, like, we don't even need her anyway, so y'all can run up behind her, but I'm for damn sure not gonna do it. So that's what they on. So, they mama, Tasha and Tamika mama, call a family meeting. A family meeting. She gets the girls together to talk about what's going on. And that is when Tamika drops the bomb that Rocky, who is Tasha's husband, and Tasha stole $30K from her about 15 years ago. About 15 years ago, Tasha and her husband, Rocky, they stole money from her. And I'm going to tell you right here, without all the stuff we even knew, like, as of now, I said, and she did. I said, and she did. Just off of the way, you can just tell who's lying and who's telling the truth. The thing is, Tasha, why would your sister tell such an elaborate lie? Why would your sister tell such a specific and elaborate lie on you? Tasha would be better off saying it's a miscommunication. Like, it's a miscommunication. Like, yeah, I had her 30K, but like, things got me. That, you're better off saying that than what you were saying on the show. On the show, you made it seem like Tamika pulled this out of thin air. But Tamika has to be lying on too many people for that to be true. She has to be lying about the fact that y'all got random royalties out of nowhere. She has to be lying on Tiny's mama. She has to be lying on you. She has to be lying on Rocky, and she gotta be lying on your mama. Who's gonna lie on 5 people just to get at you? Who gonna lie on 5 people just to get at you? It's not worth it. It's a lie not worth telling. It takes too much to come up with that lie because you would have to cover so many bases, so many people where you would have to be okay with making upset because you lying on so many people. It don't make no goddamn sense. You stole the girl money. You stole the girl 30K, and that goddamn mama in her wig. That goddamn mama. When Tamika was explaining what happened at the Lovers and Friends little concert in Las Vegas, and Tamika was given like a, you know, a little extra rendition of like what happened. And when Tamika gets up and the mama whispers to Tasha, she's jealous. That is the nastiest thing I've ever seen an old hag do. Why would you say that about your own daughter? Why would you say that one of your daughters is jealous of another one of your daughters to the other daughter's face and behind the other daughter's back? You look like a bickering child. You look like a gossipy old lady. Like, you're pitting your children against each other, and it shows that everything Tamika is saying is correct. You like Tasha more than you you like Tamika. You think Tasha is the chosen one. You think Tasha is like, you like Tasha more. You like Tasha more. And this entire time that y'all have been a family, you have made Tamika feel small. You have made Tamika feel small. You have made Tamika feel less than, because what exactly would Tamika have to be jealous of Tasha if there already wasn't this weird dynamic between the two of them that you perpetuate? You saying that because you know it's true. You know that you treat one of them better. Why would you even want one of your daughters to be dead? Why would you even want that to be something that is true? Why would you not want to get to the root of that? Why would you want one of your daughters to be jealous of the other? Because you like one of them over the other, and you catty and you nasty and you old. You big, like you need business. You need business. And you got hella goddamn grandchildren. Like, you need business. You need something to do. Because that is absolutely disgusting. And the minute that she said that, I knew everything that Tamika said was true. Everything that Tamika said was true. Throughout Tamika's entire life, they have made her feel small. They have made her feel less than. They have told her that you never gonna be as good as Tasha. You lucky to even be on. You lucky, that's what it is. And so then, that's when Tamika, she gets riled up and she's like, you stole my money, and mama, you let her steal my money. And that's when all of a sudden mama want to cut the cameras. Y'all need to get off my house with them cameras. But it wasn't cut the cameras when you were saying that Tamika was jealous of her. It wasn't cut the cameras then. It wasn't cut the cameras when it was going to be let's dunk on Tamika time. But now it's cut the cameras because all of a sudden your dirty laundry coming out. This golden daughter that you have is a fucking thief. Is being accused of being a fucking thief. And now it's time to cut the cameras. It's a little bit too much. Why would she lie? And I feel so bad for Tamika because these people are lying right in front of your face. You know the truth. And mama know the truth. And then when Tamika continues to go and she's talking about how her daughter was in college and then she was pregnant with another one of her daughters, and you still let these raggedy motherfuckers steal my money? And you still let them do this? And now today I bring this up, and now all of a sudden y'all can't remember shit? All of a sudden, y'all, it's nasty work. What they did that day is nasty work. And I know Tamika has been having to deal with this shit her entire life. And everything with Tamika's makes sense. She constantly has to feel like she has to prove herself to be down. She has to show that she's so fiercely loyal to Tasha so that she can be down, so that they can treat her well. She's constantly trying to get her mother's acceptance, and she believes that she's fiercely loyal. If she's fiercely loyal to Tasha, she will get that. But baby, your mama ain't never gonna like you. Your mama just do not like you. I don't think your mama doesn't love you. Your mama does not like you. She just doesn't. She probably, the thing she has to work through, like your daddy leaving her, is why she don't like you. But she has to work through that. There is nothing you can do, Tamika, to get your mom to like you more than she likes Tasha, or just as much as she likes Tasha more. And there's nothing you can do about it. It don't make no goddamn sense. And you can tell by the way Tasha sits there and act like she it didn't do anything, like everyone is just against her, and then when she called their mama her mama, you can tell she knows this too. She knows that they've been doing this her entire life, Tamika's entire life, and finally Tamika is fed the fuck up with it. So yes, off rip, I believe they stole her money, and that is nasty. That is nasty. And what they say, if you lie, you steal. If you steal, you cheat. It's all the same. Tamika, Tasha's character is trash. Her character is absolutely trash to me. Let's move on to the next thing, and that is basically Tasha and her solo deal. So Tasha has a solo deal, in the words. She wants to make gospel music. Let me tell you the reason why Tasha wants to make gospel music, because gospel is the easiest thing to break into. It's the easiest thing to break into if you black and of a certain age. You gotta actually, put in some good work to be an R&B star. You gotta put in a whole bunch of fucking work to be a pop star. And so she knows she's over the hill. And so she's like, I'm gonna get a girl gospel because it's low-hanging fruit, so she believes. Are y'all gonna buy the gospel album? I do not fucking know. But that brings me to my point. That Tasha would not care about her relationship with Tamika and her trying to be on good footing with Tamika if she did not have this solo deal in the work. She's using this solo deal in order for her not to do anything with Xscape. But if you was a bitch like I'm a bitch, I would have told them people, fuck y'all, I don't want to do this shit no more. I promise you me. Do y'all remember the Still Kicking It show from a few years ago? What's her name? Tasha was all for it because the bills was coming coming through, baby. She had bills to pay. But now she got a little bit of a cushion because they went on that tour and they made some money and all this stuff. So now she thinks she don't need these girls. And that is Tasha's problem. Tasha does everything in bad faith. Everything that she does is in bad faith, and she don't realize that's the reason why we didn't know what she was doing for the past 20 years. Because everything that you do is done in bad faith. You're pretending like you actually give a shit about your relationship with Tamika, but if you gave a shit about your relationship with Tamika, you would have gave her $30K a long time ago, and you would apologize for stealing her $30K a long time ago, and you wouldn't have lied about stealing her goddamn $30K if you actually cared about your relationship with Tamika. And then when it comes to Xscape, if you actually gave a shit about Xscape, you would sit up there and be honest with them, and you would tell them, hey y'all, I don't fuck with y'all. I don't fuck with y'all, and I got a solo deal coming up, and that's why I don't want to be here with y'all. But everything you do is in such bad faith, and that's why none of it is successful. That's why none of it is successful, because you do it all in bad faith. Why are you sitting up there playing in everyone's face, just like Tamika said? Like, this isn't fair to the ladies. It's not, you wasting people's time. You wasting people's time sitting up here acting like people need you here. Like, you doing everything with terrible intentions. The intentions are bad. You're upset. You're upset at things that no one can fix at this point. But the reason why you don't want nothing to do with these girls is because you have a solo deal. And that brings me to my next point. I don't know if this is the right turn of phrase, but I'm going to use it. LaTocha is chasing a phantom dream. She is chasing a dream that is no longer there. She is chasing a goal that is gone. And she doesn't care who she has to step on, burn down, or do in order to get that dream. But the thing is, it's gone, boo-boo. You will never go back in time to 20 years ago when you was young and hip and you was gonna do that album that never came out on So Def. You can't go back in time and do that. You can't go back in time and make Kandi solo album not happen. You can't go back in time and make Kandi and Tiny writing several successful songs not happen. You can't go back in time and make Kandi and Tiny winning a Grammy not happen. You can't go back in time and make Kandi joining Real Housewives of Atlanta and starting all these businesses not happening, you sitting at home. You can't make those things not happen. They happen, but she's trying to do that. She wants this solo deal so fucking bad, and she's willing to, she's chasing the bird over there instead of getting the bird in her hand because she wants this dream so bad. She wants this thing that does not exist so bad, and that is why she can't get over her hatred of Kandi. Because she believes that Kandi is literally the personification of all her dreams that never were. She's chasing something that's not there. Kandi is the only thing that is tangible that she can say is the reason why she doesn't have a career. Not realizing there's so many other factors. There gotta be. I can't sit up here and believe that Kandi is the reason why you ain't get an album. Like, Kandi herself is the reason why. There's probably so many other things at play of why your album never came out. But Kandi is the only thing you and your big-headed husband can point a finger at and say is the reason why you didn't get that, and so you hate her so bad. And so, in order to get those demons away, when you sleep in your bed at night and you thinking of everything that could have been, you think about your career that couldn't been, you thinking about Kandi. Kandi is the big villain, and you just have to get back at her. You spent the past 20 years feeling like you need to get back at Kandi, and that is why you are doing this. You feel like this is your moment to finally stick it to these bitches, I'm gonna get a solo deal, I'm gonna be successful, and boom, everything y'all took from me, I'm gonna get back. But here is the thing, mama, even if your gospel album is successful, what does it mean? What does it mean? It's done. Everything that is did is done. It's done. Kandi will go on to do what she's doing. Tiny will go on to have 11 kids. Tasha will go on, if I ever get Tasha and Tamika confused, stay with me. Tamika will go on to have her children, and we all still back here to say it's done. You're chasing something that has already been done. And so if you weren't chasing a phantom dream, you would move better. I don't think any of those women wouldn't wish her well. I think Tamika would wish her well. I think Tiny would wish her well. And Kandi would wish her well when it comes to this gospel deal. There's no reason why she can't do the gospel deal and also not be in Xscape. Xscape ain't touring like that. They ain't touring like that. You can do all of these things the same way all of them do all the things I'm sure that they're doing. But you have to stick it to them. She's chasing a fantasy. She wants to put the knife in their back so bad. But why is she not figuring out that you feeling like that is exactly probably why the first deal didn't work out. Why everything that you've tried to do before didn't work out. Because the intention behind it wasn't right. So why not go into this new era of your life and do things the right way? Even if it's not being an escape. Even if it's, I don't fuck with y'all bitches. Tell them that. Tell them you the same way when you had to beg Candy to come back to Xscape to do that Just Kicking It show. And she didn't fuck with y'all for forever. Because Candy was giving y'all her ass to kiss too for a decade. And so, why? That's all you have to do is be upfront. Like, I don't like y'all. Never liked y'all. And I used you, Candy, to get my shit up. Now my shit up and it's deuces. Be honest about it. Be honest about it. But everything you do is done in such bad faith. Because all you have to do is say, Tamika, now that we not cool, it's even more reason for me not to like you, not to be here. Bye. But sitting up here and acting like Tamika really disrespected y'all mama, sitting up here acting like you really care about mending your relationship with your sister as if you wasn't the start of y'all beefing, sitting up here acting like you really want the group to be well in order for you to be a part of it, sitting up here and doing all that for who? Who are you putting on this show? Like I said, it's so disingenuous. You can see it on your face. You fucking hate these bitches' guts because you're chasing this phantom dream, because you want that thing so bad. You want it so, and I honestly feel like your gospel album is gonna come out, and then what? You gonna get this dream and realize everything that glitters ain't gold. Everything that glitters ain't gold. You gonna realize you burnt every bridge and was it worth it? At the end of the day, all you got is goddamn Rocky. Like it's not even gonna be worth it all in the end of the day. The sun comes up again and you still in the exact same spot. And they still in the exact, it's just not worth it. All because you just want to have that moment. That brings me to the next goddamn thing. Xscape looks pathetic. Y'all are arguing over shit that happened when y'all was kids. Y'all are still in this same mean girls mindset. It's stupid. I think the whole who's gonna be where on the set list is dumb too. Because it's the same 90s mean girl bullshit that y'all was on back then. It don't matter. You just want to, it's like Lily when Lily was talking to them, like, it doesn't matter. Like, y'all, do y'all think y'all hip? Do y'all think y'all on? Like, this is stupid shit. We playing throwback concerts. Show up, get your bag, and go home. Y'all all have beautiful homes. Especially Tasha home look great. Not Tasha. Tasha home look great. Get your money and go home. But everything you do is to get at Candy. You're sitting up there with your husband talking about how my deal didn't come and Candy did this and Candy this. And it's just like, y'all don't see how crazy y'all sound? Let's say what y'all saying is true, which I don't believe it's true. But let's say what y'all saying is true. Who cares? Who cares? Because Candy was there when you needed her most. In 2017, when y'all wanted to do that little comeback, Candy showed up for y'all. So in the end, when does bygones become bygones? How was Candy willing to take the high road, but you not? Like, what is this still? But Candy is a representation of that dream that didn't happen for you. And you're still chasing this dream that is gone, Tasha. That is gone. That's why you go in the gospel route. Because you got to pivot and do it. Because the dream you really want is gone. And you want to be able to live out your mean girl era so bad. So bad. You want your lick back so bad. But it's coming off as pathetic. Pathetic, because now everybody, they saying you steal, they saying your husband cheat, they saying all types of crazy. Your mama look fucking crazy, you look fucking crazy. And so, like, in the end, was it worth it? Because nothing you do is in good faith. Sorry, that's why and then you too blind to see it. You too blind to see that the reason why nothing good is coming of what you doing is because of you. It's because of Rocky. Don't get me started on fucking Rocky. I'm sorry. Talk about this. We all see it. I ain't gotta even say it. We all see the vibe that Rocky gives off. Rocky gives off a vibe. Rocky gives off a he just seedy, conniving, schemy, grimy. That's the vibe he gives off. I don't know none of these people here from a can of paint, so it's all alleged. But that's what he gives. That's why when we hear he's stealing money, none of us sit up here and be like, who, Rocky? It doesn't give that. It gives he lives off of you, Tasha. It gives that. It gives you can't do nothing without him. It gives that. Ugh, it bothered me so. She bothers me so. When they were sitting up there and they were trying to get the set list together, and she was saying, I ain't got nothing to say. You look pathetic. You look, like I said, do things in good faith. If you don't want to sit up there and do the set list with these bitches, argue with them all day. I get, like, that's the thing. If you want to give these girls a hard time, you could really give these girls a hard time. Be fucking annoying to them. But you're just sitting up there doing nothing. Argue with them all goddamn day. At least make some good TV out of it. Like, you won't even do that. You're just sitting up there and not saying shit, and you just look cowardly. You look cowardly. You want to have one toe in, but you got 9 toes out the door. But you keeping that one toe in just in case your shit flop. Just in case your shit don't. I would kick you out the group. I would kick you out of the group. It's done. It's done. They being too nice to you. They're being too nice to you. Because I wouldn't be. You're not being nice. You're being unfair to them. Sitting up there in that set list meeting like a child. That's why I say she is stuck in that 90s mindset. She don't realize she's old. And it looks pathetic. We're not in that same age. That's another thing that brings me to another thing. The reason why these Xscape tickets is selling, no tea, no shade, is because Candy and Tiny are famous. People will pay $30 to go see Tiny and Candy. They're famous. Tiny was on Family Hustle for a decade. Candy has been on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for over a decade. They're famous. They don't need you, Tasha. They could pull a Farrah and Destiny's Child and get anyone to stand in for you, and I promise you, everyone at the concert would be like, eh. No one would think, because people are coming there to see Candy and Tiny. I'm sorry, those are why the Xscape tickets sell. Candy and Tiny are famous. And so, and that has nothing to do with you, Tasha. And so when you see Tamika, Candy, and Tiny all perform, they look good. Tiny is a good singer. Tamika is a really good singer. And Candy. Like I said, Candy looks gorgeous. And Candy's a good businesswoman. So you know the show gonna go on. So what do they need you there for? But you want to be wanted so bad. That's another thing. That's another way she's getting her rocks off with all this. She want to be wanted so bad. She wants somebody to run up behind her so bad, but I wouldn't be the 1 or the 2 or the 3. You would have to die mad. And if I was Candy, I would pay it. You and your big-headed husband going to have to die mad at me. Y'all are going to have to die mad at me. If you want to believe I'm the reason why your album didn't come out, believe it. Believe that I have that much power. Believe it. I don't give a shit. Believe it. Because what it's coming off as is so pathetic. What y'all did to Tamika, it's pathetic. And the way when your mama sat there and left that nasty voicemail on Tamika's phone talking about you ain't got no God in you and I'ma beat your tail and all that bullshit. Y'all are so backwards. Y'all are so backwards as people. I'm talking about Rocky, I'm talking about LaTocha, and I'm talking about your mama. Y'all are so backwards. Who does that? You know what you did. And now we sitting in it today where Tamika has showed receipts that it's looking like you did steal her money. Then we got the whole thing of Tamika talking about a sex tape and text messages coming to her phone. Now more secrets are being exposed than what had to be, because what it is, what's done in the dark comes to the light. What's done it when you move as grimy as you've been moving, it's gonna come out. everything you do is in bad faith. It's not done in the purest of hearts. That's why every time, another thing that, blew me. LaTocha did some stupid ass video. And she was a kikiing and she was a chuckling about how Candy can't sing. I get to make fun of Candy not being able to sing. You get to make fun of Candy not being able to sing. But there's something so corny and so tacky about you making fun of the fact that a member of your group can't sing just because you mad at them. There's something so tacky about that. Like, so tacky. It's so corny. It's so low-hanging fruit. Like, you hate Candy's that fucking bad. Like, it's tacky. We make fun of Candy because we don't know her. We have no connection to Candy. You've literally broken bread with this woman, made money with this woman, been on tour with this woman, and knew this woman since she was a child. And you over there getting a cheap laugh with the rest of us? It's corny. It's corny. Another thing that's so fucking corny and shows your spirit, on the TV show, when she was like, my sister's known to lie. Like, it's corny. It's corny. The minute you fall out with somebody or somebody on your case, you start saying stuff about them. You start saying cheap things about them. My sister's known to lie. Like, you didn't she wasn't a liar when she was lying. When she was lying on Candy for you. When she was lying to protect you. You wasn't going around saying she's known to be a liar. Like, it just shows your spirit that even when you doing low down nasty shit, you can't even have a crumb of integrity to at least protect the people you did the low down grimy shit with. Like, making fun of, like, you have real shit. If Candy did so much to you, you should have real shit to come at Candy about. But making jokes about her not being able to sing, it just comes across as so targeted. Like, you really hate that bitch. Like, because it's such a cheap joke. It's such a cheap joke that someone who doesn't know Candy would say. Because it's easy. But you should have real shit to come at Candy about, right? Like, she comes at real shit with you. Like, your sister is coming at real shit about you, like, with you about. But you don't have that because you the one who been making everybody's life hell. And that don't change that everybody has their own issues. Tamika's a pushover. Candy thinks she better than y'all. And Tiny plays the middle too much. It doesn't change that everyone has their faults. Everybody has their faults. But your faults are just nasty. And then Candy saying on her Speak On It that there's other grimy shit that you did that people just aren't saying. Like I said, you need to look at those things, and then you probably could see why now is the first time you getting an album. It took the music industry to pretty much be dead, record labels to pretty much be on their last breath for you to get a record deal. Ask yourself that. I guess some more stuff that happened about who should headline what. Like I said, Xscape is more famous than SWV at this point. SWV has the way better discography, if you ask me. SWV has more highs than Xscape has. But yeah, no, I don't think Xscape goes now. But that doesn't change. Like, why can't they co-headline? Why can't they co-headline? Like, why can't they co-headline? You know? Arguing over dumb shit. It's like so dumb. It's so dumb. Everything on the Xscape side is so dumb. It's so dumb. Some other random notes. Seeing Todd and Candy. I don't know how to say this without, like, in a normal way. Todd and Candy are the most, like, look-wise, equally yoked couple I have ever seen in my life look-wise. They're both short. They're just an equally yoked couple. Like, they're a beautiful couple. Like, they're equal. I've never seen a couple, like, when you look at the couple, seen a couple that's so, like, they should be a couple. Like, these two people look like they should be married to one another. I don't know how did I feel about her saying Ty lead and all that? That's her business. That's their household. You know what? If Ace love it, I love it. What? If Ace love it, I love it. But they're such an equally yoked couple. I did not realize Tiny had 7 goddamn kids. I didn't realize she had that one she had that was 6 years old. When the hell Tiny had a 6-year-old? Like, I ain't been keeping up. Tiny got 7 goddamn kids. 7 got, and that black house looked tacky as hell, but what you expect out of them? Like I told you, LaTocha's house, at least on the outside, looks really nice. Everybody's living really good, and that's really good to see. That's really good to see. When Tamika pulled up to her mama house in that Beamer, I said, I know that's right. I said, I know that's right. Like, everyone seems to be looking good. Everyone living good. Everyone looks good. Everyone looks good. Like I said, hate the fact that Tiny's in the bullshit, that Tiny's illegally, because like Tiny's coming off across good. Yeah. And then I think the biggest thing we learned from the 4 episodes is they perfectly fine as a trio. They are the Candy, Tiny, Tamika trio is perfectly good. It's perfectly good. It was so another thing in my notes. It's so unserious when they started off this show with legs and hips and body. Like, spare me, Candy. That's another thing that I was saying. You know how I said Candy thinks she too good for them? Candy in theory is too good for them, but Candy needs Xscape just as much as Xscape needs Candy. Candy wants to be a musician. Candy enjoys performing. And the only way anybody want to see Candy perform a song is if she in Xscape. I'm so sorry. They need each other. The only person they don't need is Tasha and her bullshit. But if Tasha wanted to be, they'd be great as a 4. They'd be great as a 4, but they all need they're better together. Nobody wants to hear Tiny by herself. If y'all gonna go buy Tasha's gospel album, more power to you, but I don't need to hear that shit. And so, like, they good together. Nobody wants to hear Candy by herself, and nobody wants to hear Tamika by themselves. They better together. So, like, Candy is better than them, but she ain't that much. Like, when it comes to performance, she needs them just as much as they need her to be on a goddamn stage. So, I say that to say that. I put in my notes, Tasha hate Candy guts bad. She do. When that scene where they're sitting at Tasha's island counter and they talking about Candy and why she ain't get a record deal, I say you hate Candy guts bad. Like, the fact that you are insinuating you're not going to tell the ladies that you got a solo deal because you don't want nothing to happen to it. What's she gonna do? Go down to wherever this label is and be like, you better not give her a deal. And I just don't think Tasha realizes how she comes off and how everyone else comes off. Candy doesn't, y'all know, Candy is not my favorite person on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Candy doesn't come across that way. The same way you don't come across as just this victim. Like, you don't come across that way. And what's her name? Tamika doesn't come across as just this puppeteer who is just, just spreading lies about people. I'm going to take my sister down. She doesn't come across that way. You come across that way. Your husband come across that way. Your mama, like, y'all come across like y'all have something to hide. That's what y'all come across as. I'm just telling you how it comes across. Y'all come across like so disingenuous. Y'all come across like y'all saying one thing but meaning something totally different. When you sitting at that table or sitting in that set list meeting, you're not coming across as I really want my group to figure out our problems and then I'll care about this type of stuff. You're coming across as I don't give a fuck about you bitches and I wish I wasn't here anymore so I can do my solo shit that I should have did 20 years ago if Candy didn't do something about it. Like, that's what it comes across as. It comes across like you got a vendetta. You have an agenda. And it's all bad. So those are my thoughts on SWV and Xscape. I don't even know what the damn show is called. But anyways, it's good TV. Like, it's good TV. I will see you guys if I want to talk about another episode. I'll see you guys later to talk about another episode, okay?